Oh, the divisional rounds have wrapped up. You got 2 games in the snow and the rain and the ice. It's wet. Another matchup, the Bills are battling the altitude of Mile High Stadium. And then the 49ers played against the Avengers. So I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's a fair take. Oh,
I mean, there was
morning.
half of them. There wasn't a full team there, but yes.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I want to say excellent opening there. I mean, that lasted longer than the 49ers were in the game itself. So it was
That's true.
over from the
Well,
start.
I'm not going to introduce you, but thank you for being here, Chelsea Miss Lights Out. And then this other random person who's got a beard and a blank hat on.
Still trying to decide who my team will be.
Yeah, I think we're all dying to know Champagne Puppy, Aaron, former ex-champ. Yeah, who's your new lifelong team going to be? We're going to have to make predictions today.
I was really hoping for the Bills. So
what
you're
going to
end up
them?
a Patriots fan, aren't you?
Again, you mean?
So, right.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Sorry.
Everything comes full circle.
Got it.
And if we can't see, let's just zoom in on this little hat that has been made from us by our champions friend. Ooh. Go back to it again.
I think, Aaron, you need to lean in the Browns. I think you just do it. Make it your whole identity now. I mean,
cosign.
It really goes against what I inherently believe, that I only respect champions and winners, and that's why I have a new team every year. Everyone else is pathetic.
And that's why everyone respects you, because of that mentality that you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll get it. All right, so what we're going to do here, we'll dive into each divisional round matchup. We'll just go reverse order of the most recent game. We'll do some new Super Bowl predictions because, well, my bracket's busted for the most part.
Same here. So busted.
Talk about the Bills vacancy, that new firing, and kind of where we rank that of the other teams we ranked. And then I'm really curious to know, your team's up, but you're facing another team, and who are the 3 quarterbacks you do not want to face with, let's say, a minute left on the clock. And so we'll do that as we wrap up.
3.
Top three.
That you do not want to face.
Do not want to face. I was about to say, that's some disrespect.
I had read it. I had read it that which quarterback should not be trusted when you have a minute left.
That would be a fun one too. We should do that one next week.
Somehow the person who just got eliminated could be both of them at the same time. The most amazing throw ever, followed by that next one. But I'm sure we'll get there.
All right, let's go. Rams versus the Bears. Who wants to start with that one? In Chicago Field, the snow.
What a game it was. It was an interesting watch. I gotta say, overall for the Rams itself, it felt really lackluster. Just kind of watching it, waiting for them to take off and really just put a stamp on the game. But the Bears did what the Bears do. They are mediocre for 3 quarters, and then they decide, all right, let's turn it on and try and just win the game in the 4th quarter. Caleb becomes the Superman with a iconic throw, followed by the pick that just lost them the game. I mean, name another player who could just, game is on the line, can 50% of the time just lose it on a layup, and 100% of the time win it on an amazing throw that you never expect anyone to make. It really is crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, that throw was insane. How many yards was that? I mean, this is
pure... dropped back 50. And then threw another 50.
And I feel like he does that a lot. Like, I've noticed Caleb Williams, he dropped back. Like, he will, and he did. He ran back totally the wrong way. I'm like, oh no, he forgot where he's going. But I mean, I don't know how many yards that was, but that was just pure arm strength in that cold weather. That was impressive.
And he hit the dude like in his breadbasket, right? I mean, it was like perfect.
It's perfect.
With the guy standing.
And he was like, he was just there. He's like, oh, thanks. It's like no one around. Just yeah.
Literally no one there. They try to say a little bit of a push off, but come on. That was a Hail Mary everyone be guarding. What the heck was the rest of the team doing?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, so Roski's under the weather. That's why he's not here today. My bad for not saying that. That it's Roski's flex. He wanted to give a flex to Caleb for that throw. And so it's interesting. That throw is, you're either going to get a wedgie or you're going to get a flex. I mean, there's going to be...
Absolutely. Hindsight is 2020. Yeah, that that game was really, really good, man. I really thought the Bears were gonna do it. Like you always think like, they're not really gonna do it, but man, after that throw, like that's it. This is it. But then when Stafford gets the ball back too, and you know that he's got the game, and I don't know. I think it also was like a culmination of the Bears' defense. They showed up, which was awesome
Finally.
because really their defense as a whole has been okay. They lead the league in turnovers, right? It did kind of feel like towards the end though they were just trying to get those turnovers, and you, I don't know. It just yeah, that was disappointing. I felt for Ben Johnson too because it just reminded me of the Lions barely losing the games under similar conditions.
You can't. Yeah,
But
I work with a
good
Bears
good
fan, and
football.
they said this game was typical Bears. They did what the Bears do, and but yeah, I mean, really back and forth. Surprising. I know it's in the snow, so I wonder how much was the elements, but these really explosive offenses not doing much of anything at all, and just back and forth. I think one of the big differences for me is, so when you look at Matthew Stafford, he had 0 interceptions. Caleb had 3. Caleb definitely is more explosive, but you know, Stafford, this wily veteran, being smart with the ball. He usually makes good decisions, and that's why he's had these long runs where he didn't throw an interception. And I don't even remember, we talked about it on the podcast, but several games, maybe even 20 games without an interception or something crazy. I might be exaggerating. But we saw a lot of turnovers by quarterbacks this weekend. And so, yeah, it just makes me wonder, is it the youth? Is it the elements? Could definitely play a football, which I love that home field advantage of, you're in Chicago, it gets cold, you're going to get snow there. You've this West Coast team coming out who has a, faux stadium. I don't know even, they have a roof on it, so they're not really having to play in the
It's not a
elements. And
full roof.
yeah,
It's
it's not a
just an
full,
enclosure.
it's like a trick. Yeah,
So
you get some
it
fresh
gets
air.
cold there. We get almost down to 70.
I almost had to wear a long sleeve under my jersey when I went to a game.
Almost.
It was close.
Almost.
Yeah, but yeah, Stafford didn't look that great, but
No.
I think that was less about him than it was just about the Bears defense showing up. And the elements absolutely matter. I mean, it's that cold is no joke. So, I mean, and it's been a while, right, since he's even played in Detroit. So,
Yeah, but so you arguably have him as the MVP. You got Puka Nacua, Devontae, and then crunch time in the fourth quarter, you run the ball 4 times for absolutely no reason at all, or 3 times and just produce nothing. You got to trust in your quarterback to make a play, who's the MVP and who has one of the best wide receivers in the game.
that's probably
What are we
why
doing?
he didn't throw any interceptions. I think they were just really trying to play super conservative. And he
And
got sacked a few times too, right?
Yeah, it was sacked 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had a bunch of penalties. I think for one of the fewest penalized teams in the league, they had a ton of penalties in the first half of that game. So they kind of just gave. So I think they did a lot of it to themselves. But Rams
I mean,
again. Here we go.
creative play callers in McVay and Johnson. And so, yeah, I mean, the only thing that makes sense to me is, well, McVay's been here before. He's had a lot of success with the Rams. I mean, Ben Johnson's been there with the Lions. And so the only thing, trying to think about, well, you weren't as creative with your play calling, weren't as aggressive. And so, yeah, is that the elements? Maybe. But I mean, Caleb still threw a ton of balls, and when we look at the other game too, I mean, these quarterbacks are dropping back and throwing a lot. Um, but yeah, the snow was the only thing that I could think of. But when I watched the Patriot Texan game, like that game looked worse to me to be playing in that than, not taking anything away from Bears Rams. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious, is this a situation where the game is on the line, there's more pressure, and so you choke a little bit? There's people questioning, should have Ben Johnson gone for 2 or kicked the field goal to tie it, because he could have won the game right there. It's a hard call.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that he would do too, right? Doesn't he normally go for
Oh, Detroit would
the
100%.
2 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been pretty ballsy. And they did that. Did they do that against the Niners, right? Isn't that how they won the game? That would have been really ballsy. But then it's like you said, if you don't do it, everyone's going to be saying, "Why did you do that? Why didn't you just go for the points? Why didn't you just go for the tie?"
Yeah, I personally would have tied it because it's neck and neck. I mean, I think he made the right call, but it's one of those things. You're either a hero or a goat, and because you
Not
ultimately
everyone has the
lose.
courage.
Yeah.
Not everyone has the courage. I mean, an Indiana coach would have done it. All I can say is that. So, maybe you could take a note or two from that guy, and he'll be
I
in the
don't know.
Super Bowl
Clearly,
next
he's
year.
not a huger.
Coaches are dropping like flies right now. He's just trying to hold on for another day.
A lot of people were killing DJ Moore on the interception that he threw, and so I watched a breakdown of it. Yeah, DJ could have ran more, but Caleb missed two guys that were open. So if you look at, there was a guy to the left that was, I think that was Rome. He was open. So if Caleb just would have chucked it, that might have been a touchdown. And then you had the receiver on the right side, which might have been Luther Burden. He was past his defender too. And so, Caleb picked DJ to throw it to. DJ looks like he could have been making more of an effort to try to catch that ball. And
Right. It looks like total miscommunication, right? Like
yeah,
he missed it. He didn't even know that it was coming to him. But I was reading though that that's his guy, right? That's when he doesn't know what else to do.
he's
He
at the
goes
most
to
faith
DJ
in.
Moore.
Yeah.
So I think that just goes to show some of the growth that he still has to better eyes, better awareness.
Personally, if I'm a Bears fan, I'm excited. I'm pumped for the trajectory
Heck
of this
yeah.
team and the
They were not
turnaround.
supposed to even make it this far.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. I was literally about to say the complete opposite. I mean, look at Joe Burrow. I bet how many people said that same exact thing. Like, oh, we got to the Super Bowl. We'll be back. We're continuing every year. What have they done? Not making the playoffs at all. Look at Washington. I know that, Daniels got hurt and all, but hey, look at CJ Stroud and them. I mean, they're questioning whether or not they even have the quarterback at this point. So you've got to
True.
capitalize on these moments. And it is exciting for that fan base who can root for a team that didn't win the championship. But it's nothing guaranteed. So it'll be interesting to see how next year plays out and the rest of their career and all that. But there's no guarantee you'll get back, even if you're on the trajectory.
I mean,
but
that division, it's about the division too, right? How far can you get? And the Packers, what are they going to look like? Vikings are going to Viking, I'm sure. And who else do we have? Yeah, the Packers, Bears, Vikings,
Lions.
Yeah. And the Lions they lost. You want to talk about missed opportunity? That ship has sailed.
Oh yeah.
So they could be back. It could actually, the circumstances could fall in their favor.
A week ago, the Bears were in contention to be, a lifelong fandom from Aaron. A week ago.
How quickly the wind blows.
It does.
Yep.
That storm was not just in Chicago, clearly.
I think
at least I can still root for Jordan.
I think next year you need to wear a green hat, and then Chris, you can just edit different logos on the hat depending on see where he is.
That's a good idea.
Logo watch, team watch. Who's it going to be? Exactly.
Go ahead and do it right now. It's already built in a little bit of something or other. Go ahead and edit it whatever you want.
We'll make it happen.
That's fun.
Any last thoughts on this Bears Rams game?
No, I was just thinking though, not that I've never played football and I have weak hands, but I was thinking about that ball and the way Caleb Williams throws that ball. I mean, he's an absolute gunslinger. He launches that thing and it comes in like a bullet. And when it's that cold, I just look watching these guys without gloves trying to catch this. I was just imagining how much that would hurt. That's how I relate myself. That's how I put myself in the game. I think about like getting tackled by this guy. Like, oh God.
I mean, I was a pretty good wideout back in the day, and you build up the callus to it. So, when you're at the level of certain wide receivers, like I'm familiar with, you get certainly accustomed to that rocket, right? It's coming at you 90 miles an hour. Who knows? But you make that play, and you go down the field and get those touchdowns. Shout out to my Pee Wee team.
And you didn't need gloves either. I mean, you're all natural.
When I did, they didn't have gloves yet.
Right.
So, this new technology these young whippersnappers have. Congratulations to them.
Leather helmets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and it still bothers me that Odell Beckham got all the credit for these one-handed catches when it was you. They should have been showing clips of you, and I'm really really upset and bothered by that. So I just want to say sorry on behalf of who made that decision. I don't know, but they did wrong.
All right. That's the responsibility of an uncle like myself, you know?
Teach
A
him.
true champion.
Yeah, all them
Yep.
nephews, they got to learn.
All right, let's go Texans. Texans and the Patriots. Also in a snowy, icy, rainy New England day.
Oh, CJ.
My wedgie was for CJ Stroud. I mean, you can't be because they knocked out the Chargers in the playoffs last year, and so I've seen CJ Stroud play lights out, and he's either Tom Brady or Nathan Peterman. Like there's no in
Peterman.
between.
That was a deep cut. There you go.
But and I think what's his third year, right? Second playoff appearance. If you don't have it at this point, I don't think you gain it. And you can only get so far with that defense, but he just looked so uncomfortable. He looked and he had time. He had protection, but yeah, he did not look good. So it was disappointing.
Yeah, they just needed a game manager there. They just needed someone to not
Yep.
lose the game for that defense. And then you just win. And he
Yep.
couldn't do it. So it's hard to see, like, what do they do? Do they extend him? Do they start looking elsewhere? Trade him? I don't know. Like,
Is he still on
that
a
is
rookie
defining
contract?
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Because the extension's coming up.
Yeah, he could get the 5th-year option picked up. But I mean,
I'm making him play.
he's 24 years old. So I mean, he's still a baby, but
The whole
you're going to
team
need
is
a quarterback
yeah,
whisperer to come in here and because his head's completely thrown off now, doubting himself and
exactly. And when you show up like that in the playoffs after being there again, his third year, like I don't know, but you're right. I think they need a new quarterback coach. But the other point is that he's probably very inexpensive and the
yeah.
teams, but soon they're gonna start having to pay their players. I think they're getting away with right now a lot because they do have so many young players. But once they have to start paying their defensive players a lot, yeah, they're probably gonna start looking elsewhere.
I
Would
was
be my
really
guess.
surprised they didn't go to Davis Mills. I mean, because when you look at the game last week, where I think he had 2 interceptions, he had those 5 fumbles, and I think he lost 2 or 3 of those. Horrendous against the Steelers. Thankfully, the defense bailed them out. And then this game, yeah, he that first half was horrendous. The entire game was horrendous. But at some point, your defense is making a stop, getting their own turnover, and then you just throw a pick right back to them. You're just not giving it a chance. So I know
That's a
I
tough
thought about
call.
it, curious if they were going to go Davis Mills. Not that, I mean, Davis Mills is a career backup, but like you said, Aaron, a game manager, get somebody in here, throw some, run some plays that are lower risk, maybe do some slants or some screens or something. Cause CJ wasn't, in the second half, he wasn't hitting wide open. I mean,
Mm-mm.
wide open. The Patriots played good defense, but he couldn't
Yeah.
make the routine throws.
I think DeMarco Ryan doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would take out
Is
CJ
loyal.
Stroud and
Yep.
put in their backup. He seems like a player's coach. And so he strikes me as like he wouldn't do that. But yeah, kudos to the Patriots defense. It sure made my loss feel better when the Chargers lost. I felt better. I'm like, okay, so it isn't like a fluke. For some reason, the Patriots defense, I mean, not for some reason, right? I mean, they have a winning culture in New England. Let's be real. They do. And when it comes to the playoffs, even if they've had the easiest schedule, like the third easiest schedule in the history of the NFL, but when it comes to the playoffs, when every game matters and every game is hard, they showed up and their defense played spectacularly. The game calling was just spot on. If they read CJ Stroud like a book.
Well, CJ was 20 for 47, way under 50%. And then running the ball, 22 carries for 48 yards. The average was 2.2. That Patriots, they were, and I heard, we
And that's
talked
a
about it last
rookie,
week.
right?
Yeah.
Willie Marks is a rookie. That's a lot to put
Yeah.
on a rookie.
The Chargers, a couple of the Chargers had told after the Patriots had won last week is we didn't even know what you guys are running. And so this happened in this game too. CJ was so confused. He had no idea what he was looking at, which I want to go break that down more because it really baffles me that you've been playing football probably the majority of your life and now you're seeing something that you just have no idea what's going on. But yeah, the Patriots, defensively they're balling right now. And Drake May, even though he had a bunch of fumbles, he came up clutch when he needed to.
Yeah.
It's meant
But
to be. I don't know. Like, I mean, we're looking ahead to the next. We'll talk about it, but like, it looks like it just might be meant to be for them. So it's just kind of like what we talked about earlier. Like, they need to see this all the way through, because, like you just mentioned, the third easiest schedule in history. These fortunate injuries, these quarterbacks falling apart. I mean, you were never gonna get this fortunate ever again. This is like a gift. Go out there and take that gift.
it's true, because even though it was the third easiest schedule in NFL history, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but all three of both teams before this team went to the Super Bowl. So it's not like it matters. That strength of schedule does matter. And I think we did see that Drake May is not infallible. He does make mistakes. You put him up against a tough defense, but then their defense makes up for it. Like they just have their more complete team. Bummed. They're gonna go. They're gonna go to the Super Bowl because the Broncos are not. So here we go again.
Well, we don't know that.
Again.
Little revenge game for Steady. Get his
Is it?
payback.
Does he have revenge games? Is he? I don't know. Does he meet the requirements for a revenge game?
He's getting the opportunity right now.
I didn't know there was any revenge to be had. Who knows, right? There's no tape.
There's going to be a story this week. They're gonna try to pump something up of like, yeah, we're gonna build on this revenge. You're coming back to New England.
I thought Phillip Rivers was getting the call. I thought
still
he
might
get the call and come back. Like, this is it. This is your another chance.
So if you look at, the game obviously was close for a long time, back and forth. So this 47 attempts by CJ, Drake May threw 20 less, 27 attempts. So he was 16 to 27. Had that beautiful touchdown to Keyshawn Boutte. Great catch, great throw, great play.
And Boutte had a heck of a game.
Stephon Diggs, him being able to hold on to that ball. What did he say? It was my hands. What was his response? Like, how did you keep that ball?
It's not that lingering criminal investigation. I thought that's what it was.
The pressure. This might be the last one. Yep.
At least he can compartmentalize.
But Drake May, he fumbled 4 times. He lost 2 of them. So that's the other thing they had to clean that up. And so it still surprises me when you play these defenses with a great pass rush that your plays are not to get the ball out of your quarterback's hands faster. We know what the Texans can do. And so I think that's the part that just shocks me more from these offensive coordinators. And maybe because they were in the snow, they thought the defensive ends would be slowed down. They didn't look slow to me.
Yeah. You're talking about the Texans?
Yeah.
Defensive ends? Yeah, no, they're not slow. They're insane.
There's Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter or something. Or something like that.
They've got to be the best duo that I can recall and they're the most fun to watch since Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide. That was Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman.
Oh, love them.
They had the best nicknames in the NFL. They remind me, just how scary they are, the two of them working in tandem like that. Yeah.
My son had a Bowman jersey when he was younger, and I think I had a Willis jersey, or someone else in the house did too. But yeah, those are. I wish we still had that.
I know. Sorry. To play some classical music in here. Sorry.
I'm going to disassociate for a second. I'm going to go to that memory.
Cue the Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Oh, yeah. Cue it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So, yeah. But no, yeah. I think they have to work on Drake. And again, he's only second year. So he's learning in the playoffs, which is not a bad place to learn. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So that'll be we'll see. We'll see how he does, see what improvements they can make.
Well, if I'm Patriots, I'm pumped. I'm thrilled that you brought Vrabel back to be the head coach. I feel like I'm bullish on him. And then Drake May, I know we've talked about him too. He looks excellent. Other than, I know we talked about these other pieces, but we'll see if he has some regression.
These are the toughest defenses he's faced all year long, and you face them in the playoffs. Like, usually a quarterback gets the chance to kind of work that out throughout the year, and he's working them out in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
the
we're
fact
not
that
seeing him
they're
wilt.
still pulling off wins.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, dare we go to the 49ers versus Seahawks game?
Again, also made me less. My loss was less painful because at her point it was the Chargers had the worst. That was the worst like score differential, and then like Niners.
How'd that one feel, Chris?
Remember I
Did
just
you
talked
watch
about
the rest of the game? Did you watch the whole game?
disassociation? I did. Unfortunately, I did, but it was like
Glutton for
uh,
punishment.
yeah, I ended up doing it. I can't take any more. I'm just going to go review the game now. And so I'm reviewing it and I was on the TV up here and like it made me laugh. I'm like, oh, Brock Purdy just fumbled again. And now, the Seahawks have the ball again. And it just was just piling on. I mean, to start off with a kick return touchdown,
That
flex
was
to
it. And
Shaheed.
we missed it. I think we missed that. We were on the road. I didn't get to see that. And yeah, that set the tone. That was it.
That trade paid off right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
great
God.
move. Yep.
Seriously. That's gotta be one of the best trades. He's still young. He's still like he hasn't even peaked yet. But yeah, he's
so
crazy.
fast. Well, and it's the same. This game was worse than the Week 18 game, but the Niners can't stop the run. So Kenneth Walker runs all over the Niners. He has 3 touchdowns. The Niners just couldn't do anything right. There just was not, and the defense from the Seahawks is so good. I mean, we might as well not even run a play because you're just going to turn the ball over, or they're going to sack you or tackle you for a loss.
Which is
and so
kind of what they did after
Right.
the game. They're like, we're just gonna just see what happens. Yeah, what is it? 9 in 8 quarters with this against the Seahawks, 9 points, no touchdowns.
Oof.
That's gnarly.
Well, and the crazy thing too is when I review a game, I'll look at the team stats. I'm like, oh, the game's not over. Let me look at the team stats. They're pretty identical. The Seahawks had 4 more first downs. You would never guess that, but they actually did something with when they had the ball, and then they had that special teams touchdown. Plays. The Niners ran 8 more plays. The Seahawks only had like less than 50 more yards. And like the stuff doesn't make any sense.
Right. The Niners did a lot of the work for them, I think.
Time of possession, Seahawks have 3 more minutes than that. What? It's 41-6. How?
That's why that game was so
up.
brutal then. Yeah. The Niners had the ball for so long
and did nothing with
didn't
it.
do anything. That makes it so much harder. Yeah. When did they put in Mac Jones?
It was the last few minutes. I mean, it was like the last drive, I want to say, maybe the last 2 drives. But, at that point, it didn't matter. The receivers couldn't get any separation. Jake Tonjes, who the commissioner named Fartface, he was the most productive receiver, but he had a fumble. So he had that fumble too. But
shout out to the commissioner on that one. Right when he saw that fumble, oh, he lit up. He was so excited. I thought he'd make the podcast just for that.
I thought so too, to come in and gloat.
Yep.
But I mean, credit to we've talked about the Seahawks on here. They have looked good for a long time. The defense has been no joke. That team, that general manager has put together, signing DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys. They drafted really well. That safety, Amenyori, he's a baller. Devin Witherspoon is a stud. The Niners receivers couldn't get any separation. So Jawan Jennings, who likes to have a big old attitude. Ricky Pearsall, I thought caught a big ball, but no, it hit the ground.
Yeah,
so
he had
just
a big
nothing.
drop, right?
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey couldn't do anything.
And I think that was probably key. If you can't get Christian McCaffrey to do anything to get going, and that's probably their game plan, is just stop him and then put some pressure on Brock Purdy. He's going to make some mistakes, like any quarterback. I don't think this was on him at all. But no Kittle. And I think Kittle's, right, it's not even the fact of him being one of their top receivers in the league. He's one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. So I think that's also like a mental thing with some quarterbacks. And you have your guy that's gone. I think it just makes some quarterbacks insecure too.
Yeah, with his attitude, Kittle's the heart and soul of that offense, just with that fire. It's a Fred Warner to the defense. And
Yeah,
in the
Warner was
second,
all over
yeah.
the sidelines talking to the coaches, talking like he was.
Well, you thought in the second quarter, you thought for a brief moment, okay, the Niners drove down, they got a field goal, they got another field goal. The game was really close at that point. And then Fred Warner's down on the sideline. And so you think like, oh, this inspiration's going to be there. And it was just a toy with your emotions just a little bit longer. Just like keep,
Question. Since the Niners, the fact that they even made it this far, I mean, Shanahan should be in talks for Coach of the Year.
I
I
would
think
think
what
so.
he did with
Absolutely.
this team.
Yeah.
But would you have preferred they didn't make the playoffs at all? And thinking about
course.
like the team and potential injuries and stuff. I don't know. I mean, the playoffs, it also matters because it's a chance and anything can happen in the playoffs. But
That's
do
a
you wish
good
they just never made
question.
it at all?
That's a good question.
Just end their season early?
Well, it's it's the curse of you get a lower draft pick the further you go. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think because I still am excited they're in it, but I mean I wasn't confident they're going to beat the Eagles. Definitely didn't think they're going to beat the Seahawks, and so yeah, I mean I'm probably 50-50 because to question like, oh, you had no business being in this game. There had to be a team better than this. So then it felt like
I
when they beat the
empathize.
Eagles, like, is this a Cinderella? Is this a Cinderella story? So maybe that false hope creeps in of like, oh, they're destined to go the worst 49er team in the playoffs in years. They're destined to go win a Super Bowl because the
See,
Chiefs aren't in it. I didn't think
see,
that, but
I that was actually one of my if I did confidence points in my picks, which we didn't do this year, but I was super confident about the Niners beating the Eagles. But I think that's more just I'm not an Eagle believer this
yeah.
year. I just don't. They haven't been impressive. But I totally like knew that they were going to win. But yeah, I did have them losing to the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they want to be based in mediocrity, like not having a real shot to win it all, but you get a playoff win. Like, what good does that do you long term
They
in
get
future
maybe they
for
get
actually
paid.
getting? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the players get paid, but that's not the fan base. Well, Chris is the fan base, I should say. But like, it's kind of like the Pittsburgh thing. Neat. He never had a losing season ever.
I
How
was just
awesome
thinking
was
that.
that for all the Super Bowl championships they
Yep.
didn't win? So
Look at the
like,
Bills.
exactly. Like, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I'd rather just bottom out, see what we can spark and come back to life with, and then kind of like what the Patriots did, right? Like, they were terrible for a while to build up to what all the young talent is that they have. So I would always choose that route personally.
I was just thinking the Steelers. We totally talked about that. When I was in high school, like you have this blind belief that your team is great, better than anything. And so all these years later watching football, I see the flaws very, very quickly. Offensive line, there's really lack of explosion from the receivers. Purdy's too short. Sorry. For some of these, when you disguise a coverage, you put pressure on him, he's throwing, hoping it's going to get to someone. I don't want to take anything away from him. The defense, zero pass rush. And so all those things led to me, it just felt like a Hail Mary. And so, yeah, as much as I've said the Steelers are a good organization because they keep getting in the playoffs, they've done nothing with it. When you look at it that way, would you just want to get and have a wild card exit or a divisional card exit? Yeah. I didn't think as the season opened, they had the easiest schedule, I think. And so maybe they'll sneak in the playoffs, but I did not expect to be in the playoffs. And with all the injuries, I thought they were going to be lucky if they were 500.
They're just Shanahan.
He brought somebody. But yeah, Seahawks ultimate flex. I mean, everything from their coaching to the really just the toughness of that team. You could see it. The lines move the Niners. The Niners weren't moving Seattle on either side of it. It was just complete and utter domination.
Yeah, that was a rough watch.
So,
That game of all the playoff games felt the least playoff-y.
it felt like a college game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The score read like 1-2.
Ventura College was playing Indiana. All right, let's be done with that one. Let's go to the last one, which was the first one of a divisional weekend. Bills went to Mile High to play the Broncos.
What did
What
it
a blown
cost the
opportunity.
Broncos?
Mm.
Everything, right? That who knew? That was a crazy surprise. I had no idea he was even hurt, but kudos to Bo Nix for playing
Yep.
through that. That's nuts.
Cornerback
Broncos
playing through injury.
defense. I still don't know what the Broncos are. I don't know what
Yep.
they
I agree.
still look like such a mess, but their defense keeps them in it. But they are such an imperfect team. But yeah, there's I think Josh Allen made some pretty crucial mistakes.
Yep.
And I felt really bad after watching the game, the post game interviews with him and then the other guy they interviewed in the locker room. That was heartbreaking. I felt really bad. But Aaron, as a so close, almost lifelong
So
Bills
close.
fan,
3 games
the door
away.
was like right there.
It was almost there.
All they do is
And
win. How hard is that?
and Josh is amazing at golf, so we have that going for us. But the emotion aspect that you're talking about is so true because like they know Patty wasn't there. They know Jack, all the Joe Burrow, all the big dogs, just a bunch
This
of
is
young
it.
kids. He was the
Yep.
veteran. He was that guy and lost to Bo Nix with a broken ankle. Yikes. Yikes.
Jeez.
I mean, the broken ankle was like towards the end of the game, right? I mean, it was like the last maybe a couple plays or something.
So he was
I
in the
don't know.
game and he broke the ankle and they continued to win. Yikes.
So yeah, I mean, Josh Allen, I wonder. So what do you have? 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, 4 turnovers.
Yeah. But the game calling too, it was interesting. Especially that last drive, right? They had to make up like 30 yards and he's like scrambling. The game calling was strange. Yeah, he didn't look like himself.
How much have they built him up to be like, oh, you're Superman? I know Cam Newton wanted to be, you're Superman. You got to put this team on your shoulders because he's doing too
Yes.
much. Clearly, he's running. He's not
Yeah.
protecting the ball. He's zipping the ball down there, and
that's an interesting point of view because yeah, I mean he's carried this team, right? And they say that and it's just true, he has. And it's almost like you turn it on, you
right.
can't turn it off. And he was still in that like, I gotta carry this team, I have to do it all myself. And that's unfortunate because then that shows just a lack of trust on the team. You can't trust your team. And I still am I still can't believe they fired the coach, which whatever. As a Chargers fan, when they fired Marty Schottenheimer after making the playoffs, I understand that just like let's just start over, even if you're winning constantly. But the GM
Right.
is still there after missing like that crucial trade deadline and not getting any receivers. I think that is just such a glaring mark on the Bills' season this year. They had an opportunity to get him a receiver, and they still didn't do it. That's on the GM. See, I have a wedgie for the GM.
Well, and Keon Coleman, the ball hits him in his hands in the end zone. Dropped it. Just dropped it. Bye, Keon. Like he's got to be gone. They've already had problems with him this year. I agree. I mean, these receivers, who do you got? Brandon Cooks, Makar Hardman Jr. He's a cast-off from the Chiefs.
Super Bowl champion.
I can't even name some of them.
Yeah, I mean, Khalil Shakir has been his most consistent. He's like a poor man's, and this is probably too much credit. Watching the last few games, he's like when Tom Brady had a Wes Welker or Julian Edelman, that safety
like the slot,
blanket.
right?
Too much credit,
guy.
yeah. Like the slot guy. But then James Cook had a great day, but he also fumbled. So you had 5 turnovers by your 2 best offensive players.
Hard to win like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sad.
Whereas Bo Nix threw 1 interception, and they lost. They had 1 turnover. They lost by 3. I mean, the Bills should have won this game.
Absolutely. It was like we were saying earlier, Superman put his cape on, but sometimes when you try and save the team, you fly through the building and bystanders get hurt. That's the Josh Allen experience, right? Like sometimes it's disaster mode and sometimes it's hero mode. And if it's not hero mode, they lose. It's like the Niners, honestly, like CMC, they put everything on his back to do it all. And if he can't do it, the team just crumbles. Like,
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
The
I
Broncos
think
are weird too. So when you look at them rushing the ball, so McLaughlin 4 carries for 21 yards, so 5.3 average. RJ Harvey had 6. He only had a 3.3 average, but that's only 10 carries for the running backs. Bo Nix ran 12 times, probably running for his life. I just that's a weird. He threw 46 times.
that's what I'm saying. That team makes no
Yeah,
sense. On paper,
right.
they make absolutely no sense. There's no way. If we ran that through Chat GPT, like all their stats for the year, there's no way they're the ones that are
No.
going to the AFC Championship.
And
Yeah.
now here comes Jarrett Stidham.
Ooh, exciting.
Credit to Sean Payton for doing what
Yeah.
he's done with that team, considering I think he thought that Russell Wilson was going to be his guy, and then that all fell apart. But yeah, I think he's done a lot with that team. So credit to him. Unfortunately, not a fan, but whatever.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Well, are they still paying dead cap money to
Oh
Russ
yeah,
too?
they have to
Like,
be.
that's amazing that he's able to turn that around.
But they've
I
drafted
never
well
I
too. I
thought.
mean, they've done a good job bringing people in there. They got a nice wide receiver room. I think they have a good running back room, even though they're not using them.
And
Um,
J.K.
yeah,
Dobbins will be back
yeah,
next year. I don't think he'll be back this season, but he's good.
yeah. So you've three running. Well, I mean, I don't know who's under contract. I mean, Harvey's a rookie, so you'll still have him around. I was looking up because the whole Jarrett Stidham thing made me think of a couple situations. So when I was a kid, Phil Simmons was the Giants quarterback. And that's when the Bills had Jim Kelly and probably before either one of you were born. K-gun offense, they were so good. They were so explosive. And the Giants, Phil Simmons gets hurt. And so Jeff Hostetler has to take over. Goes in, beats the Niners, very close game, and then goes to the Super Bowl and they beat the Bills. Missed field goal. That's the one where I'm pretty sure that's the one where Scott Norwood missed the kick. But then
Yeah,
Jeff
this is the
Hostetler got
Giants,
a big,
right?
yeah, he got a big
And that's
contract with the Raiders.
Belichick, right? Was on that.
Yeah,
Was he
he
a
was a
coach on that?
defensive coordinator. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Mm.
Well, speaking
And
of
then you have
that,
the
did you?
Eagles. Nick Foles recently did it, right? I mean, was that 5 years ago? I don't know. But Carson Wentz gets hurt. Nick Foles come in. They now have a statue of Nick Foles in front of their
He did, and
stadium.
he put out that tweet,
That
right?
tweet, yeah.
They showed it. That's like the Patriots have a history of losing to backup quarterbacks. So you're right, but I
Maybe.
mean, there's no. I don't know anything about this guy, but there is no tape on him. They could get really creative in
Yep.
their plays with him, and they wouldn't know what to do, and they can't really scheme for that. So
Because he
it'll
was
be interesting.
Patriot and then he was a Raider, right? And then
Mhm.
Broncos. Yeah.
Even
Okay.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
know the
heard this
Patriots
guy.
drafted him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. The revenge game. He's coming back for vengeance.
Wait, is he the guy that like got really excited about being on the Patriots and then got dropped? Someone got like a
Oh, I don't know.
tattoo, or someone sent something that's like moved his whole family. I don't know. There was, maybe I'm getting mixed up. That's another
It
story
does
for
make the
another
story
day,
better if that's true.
which would explain the revenge
His
game,
whole
maybe.
back is now the Patriots logo.
Belichick on
Tom
there.
Brady holding Super Bowl trophies.
Me when I was their fan then.
That's
Right. When
funny.
you then.
It's Aaron just like
Well, and the other ones that I don't think of it as the same, but when the Rams, the greatest show on turf, Trenton Green gets hurt, I think in preseason, and then Kurt Warner has to come in as the backup, and that's all she
classic.
wrote. He turns into a Hall of Fame quarterback and gets, I think, a couple Super Bowls with them. Goes to Arizona. They go to a Super Bowl against the Steelers. And so you have these
Great Super
guys
Bowl, by the
just
way.
waiting for their opportunity.
Any given Sunday.
Anything else about Broncos and Bills that you want to say?
No, just feel for Josh Allen because this again, I find myself constantly bringing up the Chargers, even though they've been out of it forever. But Philip Rivers used to have the most playoff appearances without going to a Super Bowl. That is now
How's it,
Josh
Josh?
Allen.
Ooh,
Most playoff appearances without going to a Super Bowl. And that, now you wouldn't even second guess that Josh Allen wouldn't make the Hall of Fame. And I think he still will, just given his stats. But Super Bowl matters. Like, it not getting there to the big dance does matter, and that can be such a morale killer. So I'm interested to see what happens with the Bills next year, if they still
yeah.
have it or if they go the way of the Lions, where that was it, that was their chance, and then just nosedive.
All right,
we should
Aaron, you
find
go
out, right?
first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go for it. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say like in theory that team should just pick up right where they left off. So like even if they get a mediocre
In
coach, they
theory.
should be a perennial playoff team that doesn't make the Super Bowl. So let's see if they make that right coaching hire to take it to the next level.
I mean, they're calling Belichick, right? Someone's calling him.
I think so.
I
73
mean, you
years old.
thought that
Is he gonna
the
bring his girlfriend with
Ravens.
him? That's the problem.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Probably
you
Baker,
would think they're gonna.
assistant coach.
Would they make a play
Baker,
for
the offensive line
Tomlin?
coordinator.
Or are they gonna
Yeah.
call Signetti from Indiana? Like, is that guy? I think is gonna get some offers.
You think so? Oh yeah,
would
no,
say,
for sure,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
be the Raider package, honestly. Mendoza
Raider
and
John
Mendoza.
Gruden package. Oh, Mendoza.
Mendoza.
He's not
and
going
him.
to the Raiders, bro.
Number one draft
You don't
pick. He
think
takes
so?
a quarterback,
Oh.
and the coach goes there.
I
That's
wouldn't.
how you change a culture right off the bat.
Or it's how you ruin the rookie's hopes and dreams right off the bat.
That's true. It would be rough being that guy in Vegas. Woo.
Yeah, but I mean, you make that's interesting. That'd be the kid you coach with. He's got some big plays, going to the big show, like running and then breaking tackles to get that touchdown. I mean, that's Josh Allen type football right there with Fernando Mendoza. I'd be very surprised if he goes to the Raiders because how much we've bagged on them. But I mean, we've seen stranger
I don't know.
things.
He has a choice. He could, right? He could throw a fit and try to get traded somewhere, but yeah, I don't know.
The coach. I was meaning the coach because
Oh,
even
the
if
coach,
even
coach,
if
right,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, we're locking in Fernando.
Yeah, they'd
as
have
our
to
pick.
give him like some crazy, but there are no guarantees as a coach. As I was just thinking, like I know we're going to talk about the Bills coaching job, but there's no guarantees. Like you could say, I need 4 years to develop this team.
Yeah.
But that they can put anything they want on paper. They will make changes so fast.
So let's do that first because we've been talking about the Bills vacancy. Where does that rank? Because we were kind of split. We had the Falcons and the Ravens, right? Which of those are two top?
Yeah.
We were kind of split on those. So where does the Bills fall?
They go right to the top.
Oh yeah. Number one.
Absolutely.
Me too.
1000%. I mean,
to
the
have Josh
Ravens,
Allen.
like, yeah, exactly. You have Josh Allen, who all he needs is a Super Bowl. That's it. And
Yep.
he will solidify his spot in NFL history. He's done everything else. I know Lamar Jackson people want to have him as a coach too, but I think there's a lot more to work with Josh Allen. I think he's a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic.
Well, he doesn't get hurt like Lamar does either. He's got that bigger body. He can take more
He's
of
huge.
it's right. He's a linebacker playing quarterback.
Exactly. So yeah, the Bills for sure. That's why I was thinking like that might be the team that gets Belichick out of North Carolina, if there was ever a team to do that. And yeah, and James Cook is still young too. I think he's got a lot of life left in him. That's got to be. Although I also read about with them keeping the GM, they're apparently giving this guy more.
Yeah, he's not like the president or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
he got a promotion.
If this is the, I know, right? They fire one guy, give this guy a promotion, even though he made some really bad decisions or non-decisions. So if they're giving this guy a promotion, I doubt whoever they bring in, they're going to let the head coach, have full say. And Belichick wants that. He's not going to go to a team where he doesn't have complete and utter control of all of the decision making. So that would be probably one downside to whoever decides to go there.
The GM must have compromising photos of somebody, and that's how you get a promotion when you lose, when everyone's killing you for your roster construction.
Bean, right? Is that his name? Bean?
Yeah. Brandon Bean, maybe? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Come on, Brandon.
I can't even say it.
Thank you.
I couldn't. Sorry. If you know, you know.
Move on.
Radio
Move on.
Yeah, exactly. Nevertheless, the GM did just win the power struggle between himself and the coach, which is a little interesting too, because it does put a little pressure on him. I know he just got the promotion, but another coach comes in and it's the same issue because we're not drafting the right talent, we're not trading at the right time. Like, I think he might be even more incentivized to be a little bit more aggressive now that he might have the security of the new promotion, and he'll have the new coach coming in, like a new regime, so to speak, in that locker room. But yeah, that absolutely goes to the top of the list. I wouldn't go with Belichick personally. Just too old. North Carolina was awful. It was a chocolate pudding show, we'll call it. And
Pudding fest.
he is run by his partner, which is totally fine. But like, as a
Was she 25?
73-year-old, yeah, I mean, come on, he's going
What's the
through a
vice president of
midlife crisis.
operations? What's her?
Hey, the heart
Yeah,
wants what the heart wants, man. It's just true
exactly.
love. It's true
Yeah,
love.
the
He just has
heart. The heart.
the old school
uh-huh.
mindset. Like
Sure, yeah.
he's not
Yes,
up to date
sure.
with what we should be doing in football today.
No.
And which is funny too, because like you won't like who I would actually take a flyer on, and he
Let's hear
is
it.
a young man who wears capris.
Oh, McDaniel?
He has a job.
Oh, who'd he go with?
The Chargers offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
He's a good OC. I'll give him that. That's a good. He's a good
My
offensive
husband just showed
coordinator.
it to me. Which
breaking
is weird
news.
because I have a really hard time seeing. I'm sorry. The Chargers are expected to hire
Oh, okay.
former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel, which was crazy. I can't see him and Harbaugh
No.
even like having a conversation together. But
What if Harbaugh starts wearing capris? Can you see that?
imagine
Ooh,
maybe
I can see
you'll
that.
love him just as much as he loves Herbert. Now he's just gonna
The
be
Capri
talking up
Boys.
Mike McDaniel.
Like, man, you got nice ankles. We had no idea.
Why are you hiding those bad
Game
boys?
changer.
Why you hide them? That's funny.
So expect
But no,
it.
like
Things could
what
change.
he
but
did with Tua, imagine giving him Josh Allen.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Keys to the kingdom. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he didn't hire Tua. Like he inherited.
He
Tua,
turned
and-
Tua into a player that got that huge bag. Like Tua was not going to get it. McDaniel goes there, turns him into something he's clearly not, and then it falls apart. So like if you already get someone who's established as an amazing quarterback, it's only up from there. So I would like to see that. I would want to see a Tomlin because Tomlin's a great motivational speaker, defensive minded. That's awesome, good rah-rah. But like I want an offensive genius to come in and then take Josh Allen to the next level.
Well, they're talking about Brian Dable coming back potentially. He was the OC when.
Oh, he
I would say
should stay
no.
in OC.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a bad offensive coordinator.
No.
Like we see that every year, right?
Yeah.
Great. I mean, like look at Josh McDaniels, right? Terrible head coach, but
Terrible.
he's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots right now, and look what they've done. So Dable, he could be a OC somewhere. I don't think head coach. No way. No, he needs to sit in a corner for a second and think about what he did all year, and think about the tent and the blue tent. He needs a timeout before he gets another head coach job.
Listen, you can't get that many wedgies as a head coach and then get another head coaching job right away. You gotta like
Exactly.
redeem yourself.
Exactly.
I'm also hearing Kubiak. I don't remember which one because the Niners have the other brother as the OC for Seattle. He's getting a lot of love. One of them is Clint. I still remember which one.
Mm.
But
who has? Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Well, no, you asked your question first.
I'll just say who has been signed by which teams. We have Harbaugh's with the Giants.
Does he regret that? Does he wish he would have waited for the Bills?
Oof. A way better opportunity.
I feel like they gave him something. They gave him everything to take that team. He must have full control. But yeah, interesting, huh? That would be.
And I feel like
rough.
that. I mean, I feel like the Bills are more in his timeline, so to speak. Like
Sure.
age-wise, like I don't know.
Sure.
Like, the Giants are pretty far away unless they strike gold in the draft because they have the 5th pick, I think. So I mean, they make some moves there and really just revamp and 1 year turnaround. Who knows? But Josh Allen's win now.
Yeah.
You come in, you bring an established winning coach to win now.
I think that might be the hard part too. Is the expectations are going to be so high for whoever they bring in. Like they're going to have to do something right away. Whereas the Giants, you have time. People will understand. You got a rookie, a young quarterback, young running back, team that's been doing terribly. So any improvement is going to be some improvement.
You could see somebody from like Sean McVay's tree. His people have had really good success for the most part when you look at. So I don't know who their OC is. I know Sean calls the plays, but he'd probably be someone they'd look at. But Chelsea, Kevin Stefanski signed with the Falcons, right? So he was the Cleveland coach. He's with the Falcons.
Right.
The
Saleh.
Dolphins got, with the Titans. Robert Saleh's them with the Titans.
Bad call.
Then Jeff Hatley from the Packers to the
Yes.
Dolphins. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. That sounds. Yeah, Saleh pick a better. Why? Why is he going to another? He's trading one the Jets. He was the fall guy. Not his fault at all for that team, right? Not his fault. Terrible organization. Now he's going to go to the Titans, who have proven themselves as being another awful organization.
He better bring in a good offensive coordinator.
And that was Chris's pick.
I agree.
That was his favorite spot.
Well,
For the Titans?
after last week when we did the remaining teams, Titans, Cardinals, Raiders, Browns, there's one more. What was the other one? Dolphins.
Dolphins?
I picked the Titans because of the youth. They have $100 million to spend, and cap space. The Chargers have the most, $109 million to spend. But yeah, I picked the Titans out of the. I'd rather go there than the Cardinals.
Firing Vrabel, which just shows like poor decision making at the top. I didn't think they got rid of Tannehill too soon too. I think they could have done more with him. I think he's a good game manager.
Oh, you don't think Will Levis was the answer? Sorry, that was
no. They did. That's what I'm saying. Like because I want Saleh to succeed. I want him to do well, and I just hope he's not trading one bad organization for another. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure.
Well, Saleh's a defensive-minded guy, right? Like, so what he needs to do is take that $100 million and dump it all into the offense. If you're a defensive-minded guy, you should be able to elevate a defense.
And they have a bad defense.
That's underperforming. Do not put all your money into there, because you're just strengthening your strength and leaving the offense in shambles, which is not your strength. So,
which begs the question: does he get to choose his offensive coordinator? How much say does he have in that selection process?
Well, with the Jets, he had a lot because he took a lot of the 49ers, other coaches with him. I can't remember if he took OC from the Niners, but I remember there were quite a few guys followed him.
I forget the Niners even have an OC.
Right.
I didn't know that. That's like
because Kyle calls the plays. Yeah.
Formal title, right? That's just a formality.
But yeah, we'll see. Browns, right? The Browns, Cardinals, Raiders. Still no coach. And now the Bills. That one, yeah, we'll see.
I feel like those poor teams, right? They were ready. They're like, okay, we're going to get the next best guy.
Well, where are they waiting? Are they waiting? They want somebody from these teams that are left? Is that what they're waiting for? Maybe.
Right? To see, just collect the scraps, see what falls.
Collect the scraps.
Sorry. I know.
All right. Who's going to the Super Bowl? New predictions. 4 teams left. Seahawks or Rams? The Rams are going to Seattle.
I have the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl. So
are they going to beat the Rams?
I think the Seahawks.
Yes.
I think them playing at home matters. I think the home field advantage is big. Stafford is scary. Like if he gets the ball last and it's close, the Rams will win. But I still think the Seahawks can do it. If any team could beat the Rams, it has to be the Seahawks.
It's gonna be the Rams.
So
Gonna be the Rams.
Seahawks, Pats.
Seahawks, Pats.
I flip flop on the Rams and Seahawks all year long. All year long, they're good for different reasons. In my bracket, I pick the Rams. I feel like it's going to be the Seahawks, though. I think that is just a juggernaut. And the Rams they're a better team than the Niners. They have more weapons. But if Seattle, I don't know, are they going to be a hold down Puka Nacua? Maybe not, but he's not going to have 100 yards on them, I don't think. That defense is good. The question mark is going to be their offense. Is Sam Darnold going to be smart with the ball? But they just need a game manager. So
they need some ridiculous, crazy luck like they got in that last game. They need just
right.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, haven't all the games been pretty close, and Sam has played pretty terrible, and the game's been close, which is not a good sign.
They match up really well. Those two
terrible.
teams are,
He's not been terrible. Terrible? We say terrible.
Aaron and Eric have been pretty staunch Sammy haters.
I know. But I wouldn't say that he's been terrible. If he was terrible, they wouldn't have won. We've seen what a bad quarterback can do to a team.
Aaron, what are you going to do if the Seahawks are Super Bowl champions?
What are you going to do when Sam Darnold becomes Super Bowl MVP?
I might color my hair red for the day.
He's
You know?
like, quit football.
It's like this ain't happening.
Well, the thing is this: what would you rather be going into the game? Battle tested in a really hard fought victory, or the team that just completely steamrolled a team and you're feeling good? Like, I wonder which one's a better vibe to go into the next game. I can see arguments for both sides. Because the Rams, I thought they were on life support, and then the Seahawks just absolutely demolished their team.
I mean, the Seahawks have to put themselves in check. That game was too easy for them against the Niners. So, I mean, that's the part where you have to have good coaching. You have to have good team leaders to be like, hey, we're going to go play somebody who's totally different.
I doubt they are like not preparing for the Rams or thinking that it's it's a completely different team.
This will be the third matchup this year. They know each other really well. I'm expecting a good game. This is just going to be a total dogfight.
Did Devontae Adams get hurt? I know he played, but wasn't he out for a little bit in that game? I'm wondering what kind of beating that team took, too.
Sure, yeah, right. Right.
Because the Seahawks didn't take much of a beating.
That's true. Well, they lost their running back, so that hurts.
Yeah, Charbonnet's done.
Charbonnet. Is he not coming? He's not going to play?
No, he's done the rest
Rams?
of the season, yeah.
Really? Yeah. I thought they just didn't. I thought they were like, we don't need him.
They had the water boy take it. I'm like, wait a second. Is that Adam Sadler out there? Come on. They can't even tackle him.
Yeah, that matters.
Patriots. I mean, we're all taking the Patriots. It's pretty clear.
I don't know. I think someone should take the Broncos. You guys made some really good reasoning why they might do this. Like, what's his name?
Let's ride, baby.
Jarrett said, I just don't feel it. I don't have a feeling that the Broncos. It's like Patriots are
country.
Yeah, I just don't feel it. But the game is in Denver, right? Mm-hmm. So the little home field advantage.
A little bit could get winded.
Patriots.
Altitude.
Yeah, Patriots.
All right,
I would have picked the
Patriots
Seahawks if they had Bo Nix. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so who's winning this? So we have Rams, Patriots, and then Seahawks, Patriots. Now, who's your Super Bowl winner?
I think the NFC champion wins the Super Bowl.
Well, I got Rams, Patriots, and I was a lifelong fan of both of them pretty recently. So either way, I win because I can take either jersey out of the closet right now and rep it. So we're good. Although there is a scenario where I'm not sure how it will go, but I have to be a lifelong fan of the Commission's team. Oh, God. Him and I wearing the same colors. Oh, no.
Oh,
terrible.
Yeah, and you never know what he's gonna pull out. He sometimes does the St. Louis Rams jersey, so it's like you can't even go with the vintage colors.
I told you,
either.
Cleveland Rams. We're going old school.
Do it. That'd be so sick. If you got a Cleveland Rams jersey, that'd be awesome.
Instant nausea. We'll never hear the Commission will be talking forever. I'm sick to my stomach right now. I'm gonna go Patriots. Patriots coming out on top.
No matter who they play?
Yep. Coming out on top. All right, so we're going Rams, Seahawks, Patriots. Is that what we're doing? Okay. All right.
Interesting. Who's Roski's pick? Do we know?
Oh, well, yeah. Roski I think he had Seattle and the Patriots, what he wrote in the group chat today. Just double check.
Seahawks, Patriots. What
year is it? He wanted his flex for Caleb for the throw, and he's going Patriots, Seahawks for the Super Bowl, but he didn't pick a winner. So we'll have to find out next week if you got it right.
So I'm the only one picking the Rams. Me and the commish.
Yep.
Backs against the wall.
I thought more people would pick the Rams. I actually I had them in my other bracket, but I'm out of there too. But my heart was saying Seattle, only because I had them ranked in my top when we many weeks ago when we had to rank our top. I still had the Seahawks on top. So
Seahawks, I like that.
Seahawks, I know.
Well, Freudian slip there.
That's actually a really good nickname for them.
Well, and let's just go down memory lane. The commish had the Seahawks as the least out of the four. So if you don't remember, that was the worst team he said. He'd rather play the
Right.
Seahawks, so bring that clip. But no, my bracket, I picked the Rams and Patriots initially, and then I changed it to Rams and Texans.
You had
just
them going, huh?
yeah, just overthinking it.
Well, it's also, you got no risk, no reward.
Yep.
You really
Right.
Strouded that
Right.
one.
Thank you, CJ. All right, last thing we're going to do today.
Strouded though.
The game is on the line. Your team is up by, let's say, 3 points, 4 points. Your team is up by 4 points. Who are the 3 quarterbacks, current NFL quarterbacks, you do not want to give them the ball with a minute left?
Wait, are we talking in playoffs or in general?
Just in general, in the entire
okay.
NFL.
Are we making it harder and saying, because obviously Mahomes is going to be on there, but is he hurt right now so he doesn't count?
No, take
like
all the
torn
hurt out.
ACL, Mahomes. I might still take Mahomes.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
just hold him up.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, not hurt. They're playing. It's the You're going Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
You're number one.
Absolutely. If I can guarantee he played terrible in the first 3 quarters, I'll take Caleb for the 4th game on the line because I know he'll come alive then.
Let's shake you out.
It's like the Jeopardy tick tick.
I know.
Thinking hard. Okay, so you're going Caleb.
I'm trying
to
think of more than 3 quarterbacks right now. I can't think of like the same quarterbacks.
Yeah, honestly,
You're
like
saying
even
Chelsea and Mahomes and Gooder.
Even though he did a poor performance, I would still put money on Josh Allen. His legs are too lethal. His arms too powerful. Like he can come up with some stuff out of nowhere. Like you can say Matt Stafford because he's a precision thrower, but it's a dependent position on the wide receivers, and they just clearly showed that they're going to run the ball 3 times and try and lose the game. Like if he was that guy, throw a little, backwards lateral of Puka like he did earlier in the game, and he broke off for some, yak. But he's not. He's a statue in the pocket. So like I'm taking that consideration too. Like, are your legs a part of being dangerous?
Okay, so you're going Mahomes, Caleb Williams, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahomes.
Yep.
For sure. Obviously. I would say Matt Stafford. Because even though he's not gonna really scramble, I think he's got the right vision. And even just watching the games when he has the ball and it's like I even like tense up, like, oh, he's got it. Like I just feel like he's gonna do it. And I think the team knows that and the team trusts him to make the decision happen. So I would say Stafford. And then if it's is this a playoff game? If it's not a playoff game, Josh Allen. If it's a playoff game, not Josh Allen. And honestly, like maybe even Aaron Rodgers, if he was healthy, even in his old self, like even now, I probably wouldn't have been so. I think he would have been up there if he had a better team around him and not DK Metcalf is the only person. Like I don't know. I think, but yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with that. I say Stafford, Mahomes, and non-playoff Josh Allen.
So you and I have the same. Mahomes. I mean, the Niners have 2 Super Bowl losses where, Patrick's got the ball again, and you saw him do it so many times. Last year, I think all their games were they won by 1 score so many times. Patrick just shifts into another gear. And Matt Stafford, I got to go with Stafford. I mean, he's so smart with that ball. I'm blaming more on those calls to Sean McVay's play calling. I mean, I don't know why Matthew didn't audible out of it.
That was my next thinking. Like, is this a quarterback without the coach in his ear and getting to make that? Because that changes it too.
Yeah, I go because you're gonna show the smarts. I mean, he's made those tight ends look dynamite this year. And granted, having Puka and having Devontae is a huge part of it. But to go 3 wide receiver or tight end sets, and you're throwing touchdowns to Colby Parkinson and Ferguson and Tyler Higbee, Eric's Hall of Famer, and then Josh Allen, because he can do so much. Like, how do you defend it? He's got to beat himself. He's got to either fumble the ball or make a bad pass, and so he's got to keep his keep his wits about him. But I've seen him run before, and sometimes he's just too loose with the ball. Like, you don't have to make the 2 extra yards. You got the first down now. Live to fight another day. But yeah, Josh Allen will be my third.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any
I
last
think-
words?
I think in a couple years, Caleb is on that
Oh, yeah.
list. The
Oh,
way
yeah.
he's playing, he's still young. He's still making like some reckless decisions, but I think in a couple years, he could be that guy.
Oh, well, I thought this game was going to be his 9th comeback of the year. I mean, it just looked that way, and then you make the mistake, and that's all she
that
wrote.
throw, man.
Yep.
That throw was perfect.
Yep. All right, y'all. Final thoughts?
Go Ridham. Stidham? What's his name?
Stidham. Jared
Stidham.
Stidham.
Stidham. Thank you. Stidham.
Oh, Stiddy.
I think I might be rooting for him this weekend.
Sometimes you
not?
got to root for the underdog.
Why
And I
not?
might join you if they win. So we'll all find out.
Well, I'd say good luck, but none of us have a dog in the fight anymore. So
I got
So
Is
four.
anyone still in the bracket? Are you still in the bracket?
no, I mean, I have the Rams winning, but a bunch of other people did too. So they have
Aaron,
more
are you
points
in the
than me.
bracket still? Did you play?
No, I didn't play.
Yeah,
Ah.
forget
I'm a
you, guy.
purist. I just watch the game for what it is. Pure gladiator sports.
Well, I wish we had some tape to close us out with some Aaron Pee Wee football highlights, but that hasn't been delivered yet. So maybe we'll show you
Someone's
those
got
one-handed catch.
Just
Are
put
y'all-
his face over the ODB clips.
Oh, that'd be nice. See y'all next week.
All right.
All right.
Bye.